Today we're going to be talking about what conversion event you should be choosing inside Facebook ads. If you don't know who I am already, I'm Lucas Keeler. I run an agency that does Facebook ads for e-com businesses, and we scale those businesses into the six figures. So the only objectives you can do with conversion events are sales and leads. So that's what we're going to be going over today, actually, is going to be leads and sales in those conversion events. When it comes to the sales objective inside Facebook ads, it's honestly pretty straightforward. Every time I would set up a campaign, I would choose purchase. Now I see a lot of business owners that make mistakes. They choose add a cart, or they even do initiate checkout, which is honestly not the right move, because when you choose that conversion event, Facebook is going to be optimizing for that conversion event. So when you go to choose initiate checkout and you have 120 initiate checkouts but only have 3 purchases, you're going to be like, why is nobody purchasing my product? It's because Facebook is optimizing for people to initiate checkout, not to actually purchase the product. So Facebook already knows a bunch of information from a bunch of people that are already on their platform that have already gone to other people's websites and have initiated a checkout. So they're really likely to initiate another checkout but not actually purchase. So when it comes to choosing the right conversion event, if you choose add a cart, people are going to add a cart, but they're not going to actually purchase. So that's why when I always do a sales objective inside Facebook ads and inside my actual campaign, I'm always going to choose purchases, because that's what I want for my business. I want to have people purchase my product. I don't want them to add a cart. I don't want them to initiate checkout. I want them to purchase the product, which is going to, in return, grow my business and bring more money into my business. So now when it comes to leads can get a little complicated because you can actually set up custom conversion events, which we'll talk about later in this video. But mainly for leads, if I'm going to choose a conversion event, I'm going to choose leads. But mainly 95% of the time, I actually don't even end up choosing leads inside my leads campaign. That's because I want to actually qualify prospects. So kind of what I'm talking about right here, where if I have 100 unqualified leads versus 15 qualified leads, which would I rather have? I would rather have the 15 qualified leads than have the 100 unqualified leads. I'm not going to be able to sell the 100 unqualified leads anything versus I could sell the 15 qualified leads my product. So as you can see right here, in this slide I have, it says active events and it's a custom conversion event. So I have invitee meeting scheduled, invitee select day, and invitee select time. Now, why are these important? So these events actually came from Calendly. So I can actually connect my Facebook pixel to Calendly, which we'll talk about later in this. Once I actually go fill out my Calendly, it's going to send that event to Facebook and it will now populate these custom events automatically. And the reason why I would be optimizing for invitee meeting scheduled is because I'm going to send them to like a type form first, which is going to filter out all the unqualified leads and only leave me with the qualified leads who are going to book a meeting. So that way, when it comes to Facebook recognizing people who I actually want in my campaign, they see, hey, you know, all these people kind of have similar interests in this, and this, and all those guys are qualified, and Facebook's going to go target all those people now. So back like what I was talking about with purchases, Facebook's AI is going to optimize for the most conversions it can get with your conversion event. If it's invitee meeting scheduled, my cost per lead may go up 3 or 4 times, but I now get 15 qualified leads versus having 100 qualified leads. And we see this a little bit when you do like instant forms inside Facebook. So if you do a simple instant form and have people just submit a simple form, it's going to collect maybe 100, 200 leads, but out of those 200 leads, you may get 5 qualified leads. So in return, your CPL is going to be really low. You're going to have a lot of leads, but Facebook is going to be optimizing for more unqualified leads rather than actually qualified leads. And a good example of this is this right here. So I was running for my Done For You service, which is Facebook advertising for e-com brands. And I let it sit for 4 or 5 days. I was putting $30 a day, nothing crazy into the campaign. And I let it sit and my cost per lead went up. Before, when I was not filtering anybody out, it was like I had a $15, $19 cost per lead and I was getting a bunch of meetings scheduled into my Calendly, but I was getting a bunch of no-shows. I probably had a 20% show rate, and out of that 20% show rate, maybe 10 or 15% of that 20% were actually qualified. So in return, I had a 1 to 20 ratio of 20 bad leads to 1 qualified lead. And just recently, I started filtering out all the unqualified leads, and my campaign was super slow to start. I probably ran it for 4 to 5 days, and I was getting a bunch of people that were getting unqualified, but they weren't moving to the next step, which is booking a meeting with me. But after the 6th or 7th day, Facebook got one person that was actually qualified, then I got another, and just today, I had 4 meetings with people that were actually qualified to actually work with us. So that just shows you that Facebook's AI targeting is actually going to target people that are very similar to what you you want if they're qualified in your eyes. So for example, all those people that were unqualified, if I didn't filter them out, they'd be qualified in Facebook's eyes. But for me, they're not qualified. So I have to filter them out and let Facebook know I don't want these people, and we're not going to send any information back about how these people are leads if they're unqualified to me. But anybody that is qualified, I'm going to send all that information back to Facebook so it can learn some more and start getting more qualified leads into my business. So that's why when I talk to people that are doing leads campaigns, I always recommend them to filter out all the unqualified leads before you start sending information back to Facebook. So you want to give Facebook the most information you can on the qualified leads and no information on the unqualified leads, just so it's actually targeting the right people. So when it comes to actually setting up custom events, it's pretty simple. And any software platform that you use, either it's Typeform, Calendly, maybe you use some other form software, or you use another calendar booking software, whatever it may be, there should be a place to actually enter in your Facebook pixel. Now, this is one of the easiest ways to actually just send information back to Facebook. You could also use Zapier, but that is a little bit more difficult. But as you see right here, I just went to integrations on Calendly. I went to marketing. I just entered in my Facebook pixel and I booked myself in for my own calendar. And then that went back to Facebook to actually populate the custom events. So pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I definitely recommend, once again, if you're doing a leads campaign, set up custom conversion events and filter out all the unqualified prospects so Facebook knows who to target. So that's really it when it comes to this video. If you want to start working with my agency, go to the link in the description and you get your first month free with my agency. Obviously, if you're unqualified, we're not going to work with you. But if you are qualified, fill out the form on my website and we'll talk on a Zoom call. But that's it for this video. If you guys like this, like and subscribe. Drop more content like this all the time. I really appreciate you guys for watching this, and thank you guys for watching.